Hey friends, welcome back to Bosi Eats. Today we're baking up something cozy and sweet, a homemade apple cinnamon white cake, soft, buttery, and layered with apples and cinnamon sugar, perfect for fall or whenever you need a little comfort in your kitchen. In a small bowl, mix together your brown sugar and cinnamon. That's the flavor bomb that's going in the middle. Next, you're going to cream your butter and white sugar until smooth and fluffy. Take your time with this part. It helps the cake stay light and tender. Add your eggs one at a time, then stir in that vanilla. And how could you expect a recipe without a story behind it? Because good food always comes with memories. So let me tell you how I first started making this cake. So when I was in college, we used to go apple picking, and my friends and I would pick lots of them. So I decided to make something sweet and let those apples not go to waste, okay? You know how I stay already? Like my platinum bread, I would not make nothing go to waste. What cartel say? Nothing now waste, nothing now dash way. So everything, we're going to use it up. So I stumbled upon this recipe one day, gave it a try, and from that very first bite, my friends were hooked. Anytime we had a get together or a study session, they'd be like, Khalesia, you bringing that apple cake, right? So every time I bake it now, it brings back those warm, happy memories. So now you're creaming your butter and white sugar until smooth and fluffy. Take your time with this part because it helps the cake to stay light and tender. Add your eggs one at a time, then stir in that vanilla. And listen, I know you might be wondering what happened to that low-calorie journey. Don't you fret, it's still on and popping. But every now and then, you gotta treat yourself to something sweet. Balance, right? And trust me, this one is worth it. If you're trying to keep an eye on calories, here's a little tip. Cut smaller slices and enjoy it with tea or black coffee instead of ice cream. You'll still get that cozy sweetness without going overboard. It's all about portion and balance. We enjoy the treat, but we stay mindful too, okay? In another bowl, whisk together your flour and baking powder. Slowly add that to your butter mixture. Then pour your milk and mix until smooth. Don't overmix. And what I like to do is I do flour, then milk, then flour, then milk. So I do it alternatively, whatever. You get my point, okay? So now you add your eggs, and the temperature was a bit warm in my house because, you know, the oven is on and all of that. So don't worry if your creaming mixture start to look a little runny. You're still like that, right? You're still going to get a light cake, and it's just going to be moist and perfect. Just stay tuned. And if you don't have a standing mixer, that's okay. Use your hand mixer, okay? Or if you want to be old school, go ahead and use your wooden spoon and cream that butter and sugar. Now, when you're mixing, take your time. Don't rush it. This is not a race. It's a vibe. You get me? You just want everything to come together nice and smooth because, listen, if you go beating it like you're vexed with somebody, the cake will turn out dense and tough, and we're not about that life. We want soft, buttery, melt in your mouth kind of cake, so treat the batter with love. Gentle mixing, good energy, and maybe a little shoulder shimmy while you mix. That's the sweet ingredient right there. Now look at that batter coming together nicely, right? Smooth like silk. I remember the first time I got this perfect, I just stop and admire it like it was some form of art. You ever make something and it just looked too good to bake? I almost wanted to grab a spoon and call it a day right here. But no, sir. We are going to bake this beauty. You see how it's coming together? That's what I love about baking. It's peaceful, it's therapeutic. You can literally see the magic happening before your eyes. And a quick tip, don't forget to scrape down the sides of your bowl. Okay, you see all that butter and sugar and flour hanging out on the edges? We're not going to leave them behind. Bring everybody back to the party so the cake can bake even and soft all the way through. Every scoop counts. Now while I'm chopping these apples, let me tell you, I'm using Granny Smith today. I love the tart flavor. It balances the sweetness of the cake perfectly. But honestly, you can use any firm apple you like. Let's see what we have. Fuji, Honeycrisp, Braeburn, all of them work great. The key is to pick apples that hold their shape while baking because we're not trying to make applesauce. We want those nice little bites of fruit inside the cake. So take your time, chop them up, and try not to snack on too many apples while you go because I do it every time. Alright, so before we pour in that batter, make sure you grease your loaf pan. Even if it says non-stick, don't trust the label. A little butter or oil and a dusting of flour will save your cake from the heartbreak. Let me see. You ever bake something beautiful and then it just stick to the pan? Oh gosh. So take that extra minute. It's worth it. Think of it as showing love to your cake before it goes into the oven. Now pour half the batter into your loaf pan. Sprinkle half of your chopped apples and half of the cinnamon sugar mix. And then you're going to add the rest on top. Then finish with the remaining apples and cinnamon sugar. You're going to take a toothpick or a knife and you're going to swirl it around lightly. That's what gives it that beautiful marbled look when it's baked. Now you might look on the batter and think, say, why it looks a little bit, but trust the process. The cake rises beautifully once it's in the oven, so don't go adding any extra flour or milk. Just let it do its thing, and it's one of those small but mighty situations. The magic happens while it bakes. After you sprinkle on those chopped apples, go ahead and gently pat them down a little bit into the batter. Don't mash them, just a light press so they sit snug in the mix. That way when it bakes, the apples stay nice and nestled inside instead of all floating to the top. Plus, it helps everything bake evenly. You'll get that perfect bite of cake and apple in every slice. I've been working overtime like crazy, just to show you how I really feel. Haven't had a single day of duty. Once this cake starts baking, oh my goodness, the smell alone lights up the whole house. Sweet apples, warm cinnamon, that buttery goodness. It's like your kitchen turned into a bakery. You'll have everyone walking in asking what you got in the oven. And that's that kind of cozy scent that makes you want to put on some R&B, grab a blanket, and just vibe. And you know me, I'm still stuck in the 80s and 90s with my R&B. That's my vibe right there. Mariah Carey, Sade, Maxwell, that real smooth soulful music. Tell me your favorite R&B artist or song down below. I love seeing what y'all vibe into while you bake or cook. And don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share this video with someone who loves good food and good music. Big up on yourself. Cozy vibes all around.